Have you ever wondered why certain situations keep repeating in your life? Why we attract the same kind of partners over and over again? Why we end up in the same type of work? Why we end up in same kinds of situations and troubles every time? And then we question, why does the universe hate me so much? Why can't I get a moment of peace? Why can't I get the most wonderful people around me, most conscious people around me? Why do I have to deal with the most unconscious and unenlightened people? Why me, me, me? You see this question, why me? Why is this happening to me? And then, mind sort of creates this projection where it says, oh, the whole world is bad. There is no one good enough, or nothing is ever good enough out there that can actually understand what I'm going through or what I need. But the question is, do we really understand what we need? Most of us, when we are trying to attract certain, let's say, lifestyle, people in our lives, or situations, we don't see how we are showing up. We don't observe what is our inner state. And we want the best. For example, when we are looking for a partner, a romantic partner, let's say, we want the perfect person who's not manipulative, who's not reactive, who listens, who's emotionally open, who's available. But are we available? Are we emotionally open to ourselves? Are we in that spaciousness to attract that kind of a dynamic? Most of us actually are not in that spaciousness. So when we think, when we use the mind, and we put out this list in front of the universe, and we say, I want someone who doesn't whine, who doesn't complain, who's rock solid, who's very stable. But the question is, are we stable? Are we rock solid? So universe is not there to oblige you, by fulfilling what you want. It just sees energy. So I'm just creating this duality to explain this concept. That for a moment, let's assume, just to explain the concept, that you and the universe are separate. The reality is that you both are one. But let's for a moment consider from the point of view of this separate self, which says, I want things a certain way. My life right now is mess. I want order, I want peace, I want harmony in my relationships. So everything that this mind, this separate self is doing is externalizing. It's saying, I want, I want, I want. So there is this energy of wanting, needing. And the belief somehow is that once I get what I want, I will be whole, I will feel complete. And when I feel complete, then I'm in harmony with the universe. But this needing and wanting is the kind of energy that the universe listens to. Universe is not listening to the words. It doesn't understand the mind in its total context as to what the mind desires, because mind itself does not know what it really wants. So the universe listens to the signature, to the sensitivity. So when the sensitivity is ego-based, it is based on separation, on needing, wanting something external to myself to feel happy, the universe is actually going to send the same energy back. Just like when you're standing in the mountain valley and I think this was mentioned in the Tao, that, you make a sound, a loud sound, and the same sound echoes back, it comes back to you. It's the same replica which comes back to you. So the quality of our lives depend on how aware we are in our day-to-day living. When we stop reacting to life by being aware of our surroundings, by being conscious, by living in the now, we send the signal to the universe that this is the energy that I'm trying to attract. Then we don't make demands, that are very loaded with expectations. Oh, give me this, give me that. I need this much amount of money. I need this person in my life, this kind of person. He or she should have stability, this kind of profession. That's not sincere. That's like blackmailing the universe. That's like demanding the universe that I need this, I deserve this. So you haven't done the introspection, you haven't gone within and see what your internal state is, and you're making a demand from a frequency where you attract the similar frequency. So wanting, needing, grasping is the frequency that the universe sees when you're making such demands. And it sends you the exact same frequency in the form of a situation or a person. And usually, in this wanting and needing, there is aversion also, which falls in the same category. So, for example, if you want to avoid a certain group of people, let's say, you say these people are nervous, I don't want to do anything with them, and you create a sort of aversion for them. Universe doesn't see logically and think that, oh, you don't want to interact with these type of people, so let me send you only those people who you can get along with. You see? No, universe is going to send you exactly the kind of people that you're trying to avoid. Whether in relationships or in work or any other place, you're always going to encounter the same type of people with the same energy as you carry within yourself. But when you become sensitive, alert, awake, that means as the flow of life is happening, you're not reacting to it with attraction, aversion, or indifference, but you are in total acceptance of the flow of life, whichever way it is. Then you remain in your spaciousness, in your beingness, which is the highest frequency, which is the frequency of the universe. So when it sees that this demanding and wanting and needing is not there, it sends you everything. It sends you everything without asking, without you asking. Then automatically you find that you start to attract like-minded people. People who are conscious, people who live in awareness, people who have compassionate heart, people who are not into small talk or concerned with the material aspect of the world, but people who want to dive deep into the nature of reality and who live in awe and wonder of the flow of life. They live in awe and wonder towards the flow of life. So if life brings discomfort, they lovingly and compassionately embrace the discomfort. It doesn't mean that they are inactive. They do whatever needs to be done in a given moment, but they do it lovingly. They do not harbor a hate or a resentment towards situations, people, circumstances, environment. They are more aware. They understand that the flow of life is this way. They do not try to manipulate the flow of life. They do not try to cling on to pleasures and avoid pain. They embrace life. They live life fully, which means they don't carry a judgment towards the other, whatever that may be, situation, person, whatever. So, when one's own garden is clean, then the universe is always bright, sunny. But when one's garden is not clean, then everything appears cloudy. The waters appear murky. There is no clarity. The decisions taken in those moments often result in more pain and suffering. So universe will reflect back exactly what you send out. If you send out complaining, reactivity, whining, sadness, anxiety, depression, same things are going to come back. You will always find your mind running in the same states, the same stories, the same fears. It's a never ending thing. You're waiting for the Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect. It's not going to happen. Nobody's perfect. I challenge you, find a single human being that doesn't manipulate. If you keep running, thinking that people are manipulative and cunning and are operating from motives, what you're not seeing is that you are the same. Because observe this thought that the world is a horrible place, that people are cunning and manipulative. That statement itself is a manipulation. It comes out of separation. It comes out of fear. It comes out of the thought that I don't want to deal with whatever is showing in the moment. And what we avoid chases us. So that is why we often find ourselves falling in the same relational patterns over and over again. We attract the same partners. We attract the same type of job opportunities. We get into the same situations and same circumstances over and over again. It is because we are consistently reacting to life. And when the universe reflects back or echoes your own voice, that is an opportunity to see what is going on. That is the perfect opportunity. And yes, it is painful. But that pain is not to be avoided. That pain is a pointer to investigate what is going on. So the question is, when am I going to investigate who I really am? How much suffering do I endure till I get to that point? Majority of us unconsciously externalize our hurt, our pains. We have been told that it's okay to express and vent. But you see, from personal experience, I've found that consistently venting or aggressively expressing something just reinforces the aggression and the reactivity within. It just temporarily soothes, but then it never actually processes anything. So we are constantly we are constantly reacting to life. So when, let's say, a difficult situation presents itself, that is an opportunity to sit in stillness and see what's going on, to see the mind, what associations it has built up. It is an opportunity to bring yourself from the past to the present. Till you're operating from your past hurts, you're just going to lash out on people who are close to you. It will destroy relationships, it will break apart associations and friendships, and you will find yourself alone. Now, some people are manipulative to a very high degree of unconsciousness, and in that case, it is okay to be apart and not subject yourself to that. But there are others who can have weak moments here and there and can attempt manipulation. But if your energy is pure, if you are fully conscious, nobody can take advantage. When people take advantage, it's because somewhere you have not been aware enough to make the right move. Somewhere you have not been listening to what the universe has been telling you. When you listen to the universe, yes, it is painful. Yes, it is painful. But when you listen to the universe with humility, with compassion, dropping the separation, you understand that the true source of peace and joy is within you, that cannot be disturbed by anything or anyone externally. You are wholeness, you are completeness, you are one with the universe. Therefore, your energy is the energy of beingness, which doesn't require anything external. There are no expectations in that. That is the highest energy, that is the highest vibration. Till you're asking, till you're begging, till you're saying, do this for me, do that for me, the me stays alive. And that me is the suffering. It is the suffering in horizontal time because it lives with this story, bad things were done to me. It lives with the victim mindset. This person harmed me, that person did bad to me. Wanting to get back, wanting to take revenge. All of that energy is reflected back by the universe. So you keep encountering the same situations, the same people. And I'm sure you must have seen that people who are engaging in violence often end up meeting violent people or getting hurt by violent people. Aggression invites aggression. Peace invites peace. So the final question, the ultimate question is, what does it take for you to become sensitive to life, to become conscious to the flow of life, without demanding that life be a certain way? The day you don't react to life, to whatever life brings, that is where the transformation happens. And the vibration changes. Then what you get is far better than what you asked for. So this is a dualistic concept. But if you go into the depth of it, you will see the non-dual awareness as your being, which is the highest vibration, in which nothing is wanted, in which you are the vastness, you are the universe, you are the spaciousness. So every suffering that the universe brings you is an opportunity to reflect on what's going on. So do not avoid the hurt or the pain, but investigate as to what is going on.